Hey buddies, today I'm gonna share with you the first part of how to become AI ready. Some of the few nuances like tokens, context windows, streaming, and tools. Tokens. Sometimes we think tokens are words. As you know that in large language models, whenever that you interact with the AI agent, let's say ChatGPT, what is the weather today? And each of these, what is the weather today? Is broken down into tokens. It's not necessarily a word like what is and stuff like that. It's sometimes part of the word, sometimes a whole word. For example, I love pizza. So here tokens might be I love pizza. So three tokens. However, for longer words like unbelievable, the tokens are split, broken down this complex word into unbelievable. So it's even though one word, it's not one token, rather it's three tokens. So, why tokens are important? Why do you need to understand that? Because when using apps like Claude, ChatGPT, the pricing and the limits, both of them depend on tokens. If you paste a long document, and also one more thing, both input and output tokens matter when you actually evaluate the cost when you use the AI agents. So higher cost and limit reach faster. So what can we do about it? So we have to optimize tokens. So as you could clearly see, the OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said, "Thank you and please cost AI millions of dollars." Can you imagine that? Simple like courtesy words like thank you, please. These are like kind of filler words that cost millions of dollars for OpenAI. So optimizing tokens is very important because of that. Because even though you yourself are sponsoring for pro version of Claude or ChatGPTs, or your organization spend for AI, then the tokens really matter and the cost of AI really matters. So why do we need this? Higher cost limits reach faster. However, if you do too much of over compressing, that impacts accuracy. You have to balance it. Remove any fluff and filler words like this, please and thank yous, and doing the repetitive words. Trim the context, be precise. Say, for example, you're saying you summarize this document, then all the entire words of the documents are considered as tokens. And but if you want something very specific, for example, in section 3 the cost factors are given. So how do you take the specific things and give the trim the context and be precise? Use structured prompts. For example, given. Okay, let's see the demo of what we have seen theoretically. Like I said, tokens are not exactly words. It depends on how the AI agent chunks or breaks down the sentence and words. Here, in simple example, how many tokens are there in I love Claude? So it has taken I love Claude, three tokens totally. However, when I actually look for complex words, like how many are there in unbelievable, unbelievable, four tokens are there. That's why it's not necessarily tokens are exactly words. And I'm going to get you another example like how do we optimize and why we have to optimize tokens, because the number of tokens impact the cost that you incur while using the AI agent plus the limit. So whatever the limit that you have, even though you take a pro version, the limit reach, like for example 1 million tokens can be used to the max, or 200k tokens, that will reach faster. So it's best to optimize and make efficient use of your tokens. So how do we optimize? Like I said, be precise, remove the filler words, and give the exact specific thing, be concise, and also make sure that you give the input and also the output in an optimized manner. If you don't do that, we'll see before optimization and after optimization. For example, I have given attached a document here and I'm saying please analyze the entire document and share key insights on cost comparison of various models. Tell me how many tokens have been used. And another point is it also takes more time when you say that entire document you have to analyze. So it says cost comparison of cloud models 4.6, 5 per input, $25 per output. See, like I said, both input and output tokens matter for cost estimation. In Claude, it's $3 for input, 4.6, $15 for output. For Sonnet, this is Opus. And then Haiku, it's $1 for input, $5 for output. So those are the key insights. It's given the token usage and stuff like that. Now I'm going to optimize it for the same document. I'm not using please and other filler words. Rather, I'll just say task is summarize key insight. And input is test models, cost comparison section of the document. So instead of analyzing the whole document and give lots of filler words and other uh, non-optimized input, I have given an optimized prompt, task summarize key insights, input latest models cost comparison section only in that document. Output is just 3 bullet points and also give me a comparison of how many tokens are used. So here it has given three key insights: Haiku, Opus, and Sonnet, how much for the token cost and everything. And it gave a comparison also when I asked. So the PDF document, entire PDF document for analyzing, it's about 1500 to 1800 tokens. All my prior messages before token optimization, it's about 800 to 1000 tokens have been used. For example, the after optimization, the response is 200 to 250 tokens. As you could clearly see, this is about 5x reduction.